gotta thank God. Don't for shoes. All right. Look, we're gonna get right into it. Hold on. Okay, all right. We're gonna start Enlightenment Channel. Today you can tell we're here with a good video. You can tell by the title we're gonna be talking about where I'm at. Hold on. We're gonna be talking about how higher realms have colors you've never seen before, right? And so I'm gonna break that down briefly. It's not gonna be very long. I'm gonna try not to make it long, but we're gonna break it down, all right? So the first things first, ponder on what I just said. Higher realms have colors you've never seen before, right? Okay, boom. So understand that. So understand first what are colors, right? Understand this first. What are colors? Colors are energetic vibratory energies, aka energetic vibrations. So each color is attached to a certain emotion and feeling or vibration. This is why the rainbow that we see is not just some different esoteric woo woo spiritual meaning. It's spiritual meaning, but a lot of people don't understand the actual esoteric meaning of it. A rainbow, the colors you see from a rainbow, those are all the emotions and feelings that we feel. This is why when they talk about Mars, we talk about Earth, Earth is green, Mars, we talk about Neptune being like a turquoise bluish, Mercury being a full blue, um, Saturn having like a sometimes a purple innuendo. Um, what's that other one? I can't think of the name of it. The sun being yellow, like all of these colors are the vibrations of the solar system that we are in. So we cannot feel any of the vibrations that are outside of the solar system. We can. We can actually when we tap within ourselves, or if you're a star seed, you're not from here, you may tap into them a lot more easily and more frequently than the average person. But just the general feelings, emotions that we feel here, we're being influenced by these. This is why when we talk about, like I said, the planetary influences, when they talk about the seven deadly sins and the greed and all that stuff, we feel those. Everything that these planets deal with, that's a certain energy, of emotion, and feeling, a certain vibratory frequency, a certain vibration that they're tapped into, and we all have those abilities. Mars is red. We have the ability to have passion, sexuality. Pluto is sexuality too, but we have the ability to have deep sexuality, deep transformation, transition, transformation, change. Uranus is opposition, being unique, being an individual but going against the grain. The sun is being an individual too, but the sun is like being an individual, shining that light. Um, your own type of individuality that you express, your self expression. Um, what's the other one? Neptune, we all have the ability to imagine and be creative, imagine and astral travel in many different ways, whether we aware of it or not. Mercury, we all have the ability to think and analyze and make sense out of ourselves, our logic, left brain. The moon, we all have the ability to have emotions and feelings and feel and tap into our own tides, our inner tides, aka our own moods. You see what I'm saying? Mood, moon, that word derivative of moon. And so multiple ones. Therefore, Jupiter, we all have the ability to seek knowledge, have knowledge, learn knowledge, gain knowledge and wisdom, travel, philosophy, all that stuff, expand, all that stuff. So all of these are the energetic vibrations of what is in our system, and we feel mainly what's in our solar system. Every now and then we do feel extra other feelings too, and there's certain other feelings and other planets and star system that are just outside of our system that play as the influence to us and to an extent. Don't get it twisted, but overall, these are the main ones that we give importance to and that we feel that's directly correlated and that's directly an influence to us because we're inside the solar system. And so that's why the rainbow deals with that. This is why when in the rainbow, all the spectrums of the rainbow are all the emotions and feelings, aka all the colors, like I said, colors of vibrations and emotions and feelings. These are all the emotions and feelings that we feel. And this is in what we call the visible light spectrum. So I broke that down for a reason because I'm trying to get it in depth possible. All of that is in what we consider the the VLS, the visible light spectrum. If I said that right, the visible light spectrum. So in the visible light spectrum, these, if you pay attention, those are all the colors that we can see, right? All the colors that we can see are the colors that are in the rainbow. Now you may say, oh yeah, but peach isn't in the rainbow. Yeah, but once you start getting into derivative, those are derivative of the colors that are already in there. Like that's like if you mix blue and yellow, you're gonna get green. You see what I'm saying? Or if you mix purple and red, you get a a reddish purple. You get a magenta. Those are all just derivatives of the same colors. They still come out of that same spectrum because those colors just have sex, aka they blend together and create another energy. Sex is what they say, nothing more, nothing less. Shout out to the subconscious community. What does they say? Sex is nothing more, nothing less than the blending of two objects to create another, or to get two objects coming together to create another energy or create another object. So that's all that is. So that they come together and they create another color. So all the things, peach, coral peach, um, magentas, turquoise, all those are just derivatives of what's already in the rainbow that you just mix with different colors and get that same energy too. But that still mean that consists of here. Because all those influences, you still aware of them, ain't it? Okay, so they in this space. So boom. So that's the visible light spectrum. And all these emotions and feelings, we have ability to access these things, and we're influenced by these things. Um, so when you look at the rainbow, you're only seeing the visible light spectrum. The visible light spectrum is just a bunch of colors that's visible here in this realm, in this earth. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you look at the spectrum closely, once you get this visible light spectrum is actually a very small spectrum. Once you go further out, you can get there's UV. I think it's a little bit bigger. UV is past visible light, and then the other side, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think it's like um infrared. So on one side, I think you got infrared. Then the other side, you got ultraviolet. Then you go past that, you got X-ray. All these are different fields and spectrum of colors that you can't see with these retinas with these eyes. But spiritually speaking, they exist. And if you was in those worlds that deal with that level of life or that dimensional awareness, or in those realms and worlds that deal with this spectrum and that level of life and energy played out in that realm of reality, then you would see it as such and you would be able to perceive it. So one of the reasons you can't see it is because one, it's further out from you in distance, but it's also your dimensional level as far as from an inner, outer, higher, lower perspective, which really is just inner, outer. The more in you are, you see a certain spectrum. The more outer you are, you see a certain spectrum. You know that's the true. That's why dogs and certain insects and only see certain colors. It's a fact that insects, and especially certain bees, they see certain rays of light that we don't see. You see what I'm saying? So depending on the pole that a being, a spirit is on, that determines its awareness and its levels. Now don't get lost into science too much, but just know that they do see a different perception than we see. Um, and that's how that plays out. But that's in this realm. So like I said, once you get to ultraviolet, all right, damn, excuse me. All right, I think I'm back. So boom. So that's how that play out, and that's pretty much it. But understand what colors are. Colors are emotions and feelings and vibrations. So the colors that we see from the rainbow, that is a reflection. The rainbow is a reflection. This is a reflection of all of the visible light spectrum that we're in, and we have access to the visible light spectrum. You know why they say all colors come out of darkness, and the space is technically tied and synonymous with dark too. That's the yin realm. That's the dark realm, and all colors and spectrums come out of that. You see what I'm saying? And a black is just the darkness, or black is just the accumulation of all colors together. So it's like a blinding. It's some all colors together. You can't make out no color. You see what I'm saying? Um, and that's how that plays out. But that's pretty much it. But that's how it plays out. We're in the visible light spectrum. We see the colors that we see because these are the colors that are in our visible spectrum. We can't see outside of that because um, the lights that we're seeing is a reflection of the space that we're in, and our eyes and retinas can't pick up that wave because of our space and location where we at in the astral realm. But once you get further out, you can there's such thing as ultraviolet. That's the next step. Then I think even before behind us, I think it's infrared, and then after that, it's other ones like X-rays and gammas and all that stuff. It goes on and on and on. It's many different more too. I can't think of all the name, but that's how it plays out. And all these are different light spectrums and energy waves. Everything is waves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like microwaves. You got microwave. Microwave, that's another one I forgot. Microwave is another one. So you see what I'm saying? So it's just many of them, but that's how it plays out. That's pretty much it. But I did want to let you know there's other realms out there depending on where you at as far as the space, because Earth is in a certain space in the astral realm. Um, once you're in that space and you leave Earth space, you already gonna consist of other colors, other because that's other elements, other properties. There's elements that you don't even know about. There's elements that we don't even know about that exist out there that you're not even aware of. Now they may all birth from a specific element. It could be an offspring of one that we might know a certain offspring of an element, that element that we don't know far out there, that they may have came from that same offspring. So you might know an element now that came from the same offspring as the element that we don't know of. But but all right, I think I'm back. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it up. But that's how that play out. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make this video too long, but that's how it's important to know that certain, especially higher realms, because higher realms that are in higher dimensions, they have colors that you haven't seen before because there you got more totality of it. Like for instance, a bee. I ain't gonna use just bees because certain animals have certain awarenesses that they can see that we might not fully catch up on, but we have awareness of all these things to an extent. But that's like certain animals here may not be able to fully perceive all of the spectrums like we think they can see like us. Like you think a dog is looking at the trees all green and yellow like we are looking, but that's not necessarily the case. They do see spectrums, but the spectrum how it play out in their minds and like how it play out in insects' minds and certain smaller animals' minds won't necessarily play out the same way that we seeing it because their fractal and brain is still picking up that same energy, but it may take a different color, a different form. You see what I'm saying? A different color, a different vibration that it picks up on. But it still be that same vibration, but it may see a different shade of it. You see what I'm saying? Or it may see a different spectrum of it. You see what I'm saying? But if we all be seeing looking at the same stuff, but it's not what we see, it's how we see it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's on that lower scale, lower totem pole, that scale, that elevation scale. But we as being humans have the most elevated mental body here, mental brain here, so we can perceive a lot more um from our left and right brains. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times we get calcified and stuff due to indoctrinations and all that too. But that's besides the point. But that is important to know. But um, so with that being said, yeah, that's a play out. And then the higher dimensional you go, the reason why you see more colors and why you can see more spectrum. It ain't like you can go up there like, oh yeah, it's more colors in here. Third dimension, no, it's gonna be normal, just like you was born not normal. That's how it's up there. But you gotta understand, boom, when you're in a higher dimension, there's more dimension, more perception, more perspective, more awareness, so you can catch around the around. You see what I'm saying? See through something. See the ins and outs of something. See the outer corners of something. You can space out and make sense out of much more in that parameter of whatever you're looking at. Whereas here is third dimensional, we may see this, we see that, cool. But there, in different realms, the higher you go dimensional wise, you can see more perception of whatever you're looking at. But that's how that world is. It's not like you purposely looking out at this dimension, like I'm choosing to look in this dimension. No, you're in that world. Like same way with third dimension, everything is third dimension, has three dimensions to it. In those realms, there may be fifth dimensional to it, fourth, fifth, sixth dimensions to it. You know what I'm saying? But it is looked at as normal. It's not looked at like it is. You see what I'm saying? Like you're something, like you're in something new from where you just left. No, you're gonna be living out that life the way it is in general once you die, and if you go into that realm, get born out to that realm. But that's how that. But I ain't trying to go too deep into that. But that's how it plays out. Just know that higher realms have colors that you've never seen before because of the spectrum is much more broader. The higher you go out, like I said, it's really outer. Higher and outer is synonymous. But the more outer you go, the more broader the spectrum of light. You're encapsulated into this small earth, so you're only seeing a certain shade out of a certain shade. That's only a certain shade. Period. Once you get bigger to that, bigger you are more outer, you get to a higher level. You have more perception of colors that you can see because the spectrum is broader now. You're a bigger brain, and the eyes you make, the eye you create for your next body, you'll be able to see broader from now. Broader outward, more outward. See more perception. So it'll be even more color. It'll be even more shade. You see what I'm saying? It'll be even more brightness and more dimness. You see what I'm saying? Period. But that's how that goes. But with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, man. Peace. 420 in, 14, what we 14 minutes and 30 seconds in. So boom, like I said, this video was about how higher realms have colors not that have not been seen or that you've never seen before, more colors than we have here, basically. All right. So with that being said, y'all stay spiritually inclined and keep good, and everybody stay spiritually protected and all that. Peace.